Imagine a prison so vast, so heavily guarded, that it looks less like a correctional facility and more like a fortress built for war. Concrete walls stretching endlessly, guard towers rising under a burning sun. Thousands of inmates locked behind steel bars, no windows, no privacy, no escape. Some call it the toughest prison on earth. Others call it a symbol of fear. This is the story of the Centro de Confinamiento del Terrorismo, better known as CECOT. Welcome to Nascent Bulletin. In recent years, El Salvador became known as one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Brutal street gangs like MS-13 and Barrio 18 dominated neighborhoods. Extortion, murder, and intimidation became part of daily life. Entire communities lived in fear. The country's homicide rate once ranked among the highest globally. Then came a dramatic shift in policy. Under President Nayib Bukele, El Salvador launched an aggressive crackdown on gangs. A nationwide state of exception was declared. Constitutional rights were temporarily suspended. Mass arrests began. Tens of thousands of suspected gang members were detained within months. But where would the government hold so many prisoners? The answer was CECOT. Announced in 2022 and opened in 2023, CECOT was built at astonishing speed. Located in Tecoluca, far from the capital, the mega-prison was designed to hold up to 40,000 inmates. To understand the scale, that's larger than the population of many small towns. From the air, it looks like a military installation. High concrete walls reinforced with razor wires surround the complex. Armed guards patrol constantly. Surveillance cameras monitor every movement. Inside, large cell blocks contain rows of metal bunks stacked tightly together. Inmates are reportedly kept in shared cells with minimal personal space. The design is intentional. CECOT was not built for rehabilitation programs, education, or comfort. It was built for containment. Authorities describe it as a facility to permanently isolate the most dangerous gang members from society. Inside, daily life is strictly controlled. Reports suggest inmates are confined to their cells for most of the day. There are no traditional visitation privileges for many. Meals are basic. Movement is limited. Security is absolute. For supporters of the government, CECOT represents something powerful: safety. Since the crackdown began, El Salvador's homicide rate has dropped dramatically. Many neighborhoods once controlled by gangs are now reportedly safer. Citizens who once feared walking outside at night describe a new sense of normalcy. To them, CECOT is proof that decisive action works. But critics see another side. Human rights organizations have raised concerns about due process. Under the state of exception, thousands were arrested quickly, sometimes based on anonymous tips or suspicion. Critics argue that innocent people may have been caught in the sweep. They question the conditions inside CECOT and whether indefinite detention without trial aligns with democratic principles. International observers debate whether security achieved through extreme incarceration comes at too high a cost. And this is where the story becomes larger than one prison. CECOT represents a global dilemma. How far should a government go to ensure public safety? When crime becomes overwhelming, when gangs overpower institutions, when citizens live in fear, what balance should exist between security and civil liberties? El Salvador chose a hardline path. Inside CECOT, the message is unmistakable. The state is in control. Gangs will not rule the streets. The era of negotiation is over. Images released by the government show rows of tattooed inmates seated closely together, heads shaved, heavily guarded. The visuals are powerful, designed to send a message not only domestically but internationally. And that message is deterrence. If you join a gang, this could be your future. Yet history teaches us that prisons alone rarely solve complex social problems. Gangs often emerge from poverty, lack of opportunity, weak institutions, and social fragmentation. Long-term solutions require education, employment, and community rebuilding. Whether CECOT marks a permanent turning point or a temporary suppression remains to be seen. What cannot be denied is its scale and symbolism. CECOT is one of the largest prisons ever built in modern times. It reflects a nation's frustration with violence. It reflects a leader's willingness to take extraordinary measures. And it reflects a society desperate for peace. For some, it is a fortress of justice. For others, it is a warning about concentrated power. The world is watching El Salvador closely. If crime remains low and stability continues, some countries may consider similar approaches. If abuses or long-term consequences emerge, it may serve as a cautionary tale. In the end, CECOT is not just a prison. It is a symbol of a country at a crossroads, choosing security through strength, betting that order can be restored by overwhelming force. Whether history will judge it as visionary or controversial, only time will tell. If you found this deep dive into one of the world's most talked about mega-prisons thought-provoking, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Nascent Bulletin for more powerful stories from around the world. Because sometimes, the most revealing stories about a nation are hidden behind its walls.